Hello everyone, my name is Shambhavi. Hope you all are doing well. So basically in the previous video we had discussed that what are classes and variables, right? We had seen that, what are classes and objects. We had seen about the classes and we had seen about the objects as well. So in today's video we are going to discuss about the class variables. We are going to discuss one term that is actually called as class variable. I'm going to tell you that actually what class variables means, how to declare a class variable. Can we change the value for class variables with the help of objects, or we cannot do that thing, right? So these are the things that we are going to discuss today. So let's get started with the things for now. So my very first step that I'm just going to do here is that I will be making a class for me, right? Because I want to declare a class variable. So the first step that we should do here is that making a class, right? So for making, I had already told you the procedure that we simply write the class and it is a keyword, okay? And in front of that, we basically write the name of the class, right? So here, let's say my class name is flower. Okay, let's say flower is one of the name of my class which I had just made here. Now, what we actually meant from the term, and that is class variable. Okay, let me quickly write your definition here. So class variables. Okay, so class variables are the variables that are okay, I just put in a comment. Okay, so class variables are the variables that are declared inside the class. Okay, so whenever we are just declaring any variable inside the class, okay, and any variable and just giving it to some value, then that is actually called as a class variables. Okay, so the class variables are the variables that are always declared inside the class. As from the name only, we can just understand it in a way that the variables that are declared inside the class, it is called a class variable. Right. So after making my class, now what's my next step that I'm just going to do here is that I will be making one class variable for me. So I'll be writing, let's say total underscore flowers. WERS. Okay. So let's say total underscore flowers is my class variable which I have made, and let's say I just assign the value as 10. Right. Now here this step which I had just done on line number 5, that is actually called as my class variable. Right, that is actually my class variable. And in the very first step, what I have done, I have declared my class. So I had just declared my class, right? So this is the thing that I have done. So I would simply write pass here and just come down onto the next lines. Now, basically in the next line, what is my procedure that I am going to apply? So I will be making some objects for my class, right? That is the second step which we do. After making the class and whatever we just wanted right inside the class, we have done. After that, we just make the object for our class, right? So here basically what I is doing is that, let's say the first object for my class is red. Okay. Red, let's say, is one of the objects that I have made for my class. So I would just write here red, and after that I would just write here as flower. Okay, so this flower is the name of my class for which I have made the object that is red. Okay, other than that, let's say I just made another which is white, and here I would just writing, let's say flower. This is the another object which I have made for my class. And in the previous video itself I had explained you that we can make n number of objects and we can give n number of attributes for a particular object, right? I have just discussed this thing in the previous video. So that is the same thing which I'm just mentioning here. Now what I was doing is that I would be making some attributes for my class. Okay, I'm just declaring some attributes of my class, of my object. So here, let's say red is my object, and here my first attribute, let's say red dot, and I would just write as count. Okay, let's say red dot count. So it means that basically what is the count of my red flowers that I am having, right? So this is red is my object for which I had made an attribute, and that is count, right? So let's say I just assigned the value as 15. Okay, after that I would just write red dot price. So here I would just write that what is the costing of the red flowers that you are taking. Let's say I just write it as 100. Okay, now let's say these are the two attributes which I have given onto this flower class, okay, for my red object. Come down. Now my second step is that I'll be using my another variable, let's say that is white. Okay, white. I would just put here a dot, and let's say for this also we just give a count. Let's say here I'm just giving 12. Fine. And what the price, let's say white dot price is equal to, and let's say the price would be 150. Okay, now if I just want to make some other attributes in this white object as well, so I can just do, let's say I just made an object let's say white dot a day. it means that basically on which day I can just get my white flash. So let's say it is, I would just mention here as Monday. Right, so let's say Monday is a day on which I can just get my white flash. So I can just declare n number of attributes for n number of objects, whatever I have made for my class. Now, if I just want to access these, so for accessing it is very simple. I will just simply write my print statement, and inside that print statement, I would, let's say I just want to access my red dot count. I would just write it like this, and I would just run my program here. Right. So here I'm just getting 15. Fine. Now, second thing, if I just want to access multiple objects with multiple attributes in one single print statement, okay? So I could just put one comma, and let's say I just write white dot day. Okay, I can just put n number of commas and add whatever the things I just want here. Right, so let's say it is giving me 15 and then Monday. Right, so here after this thing, what comes is discussion about my class variable. Now, if I just want to access my class variable, so how will I be accessing my class variable? So I can write one of my print statements. Okay, let's say this is my print statement in which I am just writing. So inside this print statement, what I can just do is that I can give the names for, like, I can just use the name of my class, and I can just after name of my class, I can just use the name of the class variable. Let me give you an example here. Like the name for my class is flower, right? I'll just write a flower dot, and the name for that class object was total flowers, right? Sorry, class variable was total flowers, right? So if I just want to access any class variable, so what procedure will I be following? I'll be simply writing my first print statement, okay? After that, second step that comes here is that inside the brackets, I just need to write out the name for my class. Let's say here it is flower, okay? So I have just done that thing. I would put a dot, and after putting that dot, I need to write the name of the class variable for which I am looking for. Right, so that is total underscore flowers in our case. Right, now what I would just do, I would just run this program here. See, now just have a look over the here. I just got the answer, and that is 10. So why I am just getting this? So just have a look that the total number of flowers, total underscore flowers, that was my class variable. In that I have stored a value, that is 10. Fine. Now, this is the one thing that how you can just make a class variable and how you can just access it. Now, my second thing that comes here is that can I change the value for my class variable? Okay, let's say here what I have just done. I have given the value as 10 to my class variable, right? Now, if I just want to change this value for my class variable, so can I do this, and can I access my class variables with the help of these objects? Can I do that thing? This is the question that comes to next, and yes, the answer for this one is yes, that yes, we can access the like class variable with the help of our objects. Let me show you an example here. Let me quickly comment out this print statement, and on to next line I would simply write here print. Okay, now inside the print, let's say I just wrote any let's say red. I would put a dot, and I would just use total underscore flowers. So right, red is the object which we had made for the class, that is flower, right? And total underscore flowers is the name of the class variable which I had made inside our class. Right, now I just run it here. Okay, I'm just sorry, I just like clicked on the debug. Let me just quickly close this here for a while, and yes, terminate. Right, now I would just run my program here for a while. Now again have a look that I just got the same answer, that is 10. As I mentioned that yes, we can access the class variables with the help of the objects also. So that is the reason that it is giving me the answer here as 10. Now the third thing that comes here is that basically if I want to change the value of the class variables, right? So basically can I just do that thing with the help of my object of the class or not? So again the answer is yes. We can change the value for the class variable with the help of object. Let me show you an example. So if you write here white, okay, white dot, and I just wrote here that that total underscore flowers, okay, total underscore flowers, okay, white dot total underscore flower. Let's say this is the yes, the total underscore flowers was a variable, right? That was our class variable, and white was one of the objects in them. Right, so if I just wrote those things, and now what I was just doing is that above I have given the value as 10. Let's say I just give it as 20. Right, now after this step, when I would be just printing my total underscore flowers, right? Let's say I just wrote to white dot total underscore flowers, and now when I would be just running it here, so the value for my class variable would be changed, and now I'll be just getting here the answer as 20. Right, so here actually what I just wanted to convey is that if you want to change the value of the class variable with the help of an object, then yes, you can do that thing. You are not restricted that you cannot just do that thing. You can. Okay, so this is the idea about using the class variables. And now after commenting out, okay, I will just not comment, I would simply write here print, and basically I would just write the real name of my class, that is flower, and I would just write total underscore flowers. Now if I just run this program here for a while, now just have a look at the value which we had given, okay, that white and dot total underscore flower, the value which we had given, that has only been changed when I just use white dot total underscore flowers. It is not changed for whole time. Let's say if I just access this total underscore flower, that is my class variable, with the help of my class, then it will give me the real answer which I have stored in my class variable, which is declared inside the class. And when I would just run that white dot total flowers, in that case it will give me the output, that is 20, because here I have just changed the value and I had just made the value for my class variable as 20. Right, so I hope you just got the idea that basically how this class variable actually works and what are the concepts which are in class variables. What is a class variable? Can we change the value of class variable? Then yes, then how? And we can just like, can we access the value of the class variable with the objects and all that things, right? So this is all for this video. Till then, thank you and take care.